kids are jumping on the trampoline outside. Okay. How do I do this? Okay. Okay. So can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So we just wanted to talk about like how we were on a call with corporate yesterday, and he was talking about how it's important to like continuously like share your story, and then also like integrate like Beachbody into it, because obviously we're Beachbody coaches, so we kind of want people to know what we're doing and like be excited about it, so like people want to be attracted to what we're doing. So especially like for the new coaches, it can be really hard to figure out like how you do that without looking like a salesperson, right? So I just made like a quick PowerPoint presentation, probably more to keep myself on track because I can get off track sometimes. But just to kind of talk about how you share your story, like how many posts a day, how do you go about sharing Shakeology? And the number one thing that I get from brand new coaches that start is, my life is boring. Like nobody's going to be interested in what I do. So, but like I'm here to tell you, we all have a pretty cool story. And so we're going to help you guys develop it. Okay. So developing your story. So you need to go like all the way back to the beginning. Like, where do you come from? What's your family life like? Where do you come from? You need to be sharing your story, like it can be like within Trisha, can you mute yourself? I think that's Trisha. And you can do it from like, a good way to share your backstory is doing like a transformation, like photo of you from like where you started to like where you are now. And then just constant, as you're adding people to your network, you're always going to want to be sharing your story so that people can understand and know who you are. So it's not like a one-time thing. Like you're going to want to share it like at least once a month, and then just, continually add on to your story as you develop as a coach. And then, it's always really good to share how you started in this business. Did you start as a challenger, or and what was your experience with that? What was your experience with your first challenge group? How did it make you feel? Feelings and emotions is a big part of how people are attracted to you. And you want to really show the real you, because is what is going to attract people who are just like you. And people like to be with people who are like them. So I think sharing exactly who you are is important. You can see I bolded all the U's, or I made them all uppercase. Then a really big thing that is really hard, and just one of those times where you just have to like write your post, is showing things that you struggle with, that you have struggled with, that you currently struggle with, how you overcame those struggles. Sharing that openly on Facebook really is amazing attraction marketing. It's going to attract people to you because people are going to relate to those struggles. And yes, it's putting yourself out there. And yes, it's super hard to do. And you just have to like go in tunnel vision and like hit send and just wait for the feedback. But I'm telling you, like, that is like, I have discovered that when you are super vulnerable like that, it just helps a lot with your business. It's also fun to share like what your favorite things to do are. What do you like to eat? Healthy or not healthy? You know what? We're Beachbody coaches. We're not like these super crazy like nutrition nuts that like would never eat a chocolate bar or anything like that. So share the real you. Share a cheat meal that you had one day. You know what I mean? Like just share the real you. Share what what you like to do for fun, for play, and where you like to vacation. One thing, I think a post that I'm going to probably do next week is something about like where I dream of vacationing, and how like Beachbody will let me get there, like I'm still learning too, but I think trying to integrate like Beachbody into everything you do and everything you post is going to really like blow up your business, because you're always like, it's just a big part of your life, and it's something that you guys need to be proud of. So sharing it is like awesome. And then like, what are your interests? And if you're doing like a coach post, you know, like, why are you a coach? Like, how does it make you feel? How, you know, what has it done for you this far? So the whole thing about developing your story is focusing on you. I love this quote I found: be who you were created to be and you will set the world on fire. Like, that is so true. You're not anybody but yourself. So don't try to pretend to be anybody. I know when I first started, they told me, hey, you know, follow these top coaches and blah, 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 and this and that. But, you know, I'm not those top coaches. So if I were to copy like their, like post, that's not me. So that, you know, I wouldn't do very good at creating a network of people that followed me. So I hope that's given you guys some ideas on how to develop your story. And now we're going to talk about how to integrate Shakeology and fitness into it. Can you guys still see the screen? Because I can't see you. You guys disappeared. What? Okay, so integrating. Oh no, what happened? Can you guys see? Okay. Can you guys hear me? Lauren, can you put that up again? If you, okay, good. Because something happened to my phone and I can't see any of you anymore. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk. So integrating the Shakeology and fitness into your story. So okay, cool. Thank you, Lauren. The number one thing is that you have to believe in Shakeology. Like, there's no doubt about it. For anybody that listened to the call yesterday from Shay Stanford, I don't know how you say her first name. I hope that's right. That girl, she believes in it for everything. Like, I mean, her story was incredible. And be totally honest, like, it took me a couple months to actually really feel the effects of it and understand that it was really helping me personally. So when you're going to be sharing Shakeology, like, it has to really come from your heart as to how it really helped you. So I want you guys to really think about, like, if you're doing a post about Shakeology, which you should probably do that maybe about once a week, I would say, what has it done for you? Does it give you more energy? Has it helped you lose weight? One of the big things for me personally is that it has the pro and prebiotics, so it helps with stomach issues that I've had. Immunity, like, how less often are you guys getting sick now? Because the camu in it, for some of us that have been, you know, up and down through depression, it makes us happier. I love that it's super quick to just whip up. It's tasty. It allows you to get your fruits and veggies in there. Like, there's just a lot of things. So I want you guys to maybe sit down and write like 3 to 5 things that Shakeology has done for you. And on your next post about Shakeology, make sure that you are telling them why. Like, rather than just posting a photo of you, like, with your Shakeology, tell them why you like it so much. Like, what has it done for you, so that people start believing in the same thing that you do. And then another really good thing is too, and this doesn't really necessarily have to be with like sharing it on social media. But one really good thing is if you're actually talking to people about Shakeology, why is it different from other shakes? And the reason why, and Shay said yesterday, and I've actually, I've done this a lot. I research other shakes a lot when people come to me with them, and I tell them why their shake isn't as good as Shakeology. So it does take a little bit effort on your part, but there's no colors, there's no additives, there's no chemicals, there's no fillers. Like, it's a truly natural drink. And people who are getting healthy, like, typically they'd want to be able to fuel themselves with the proper kinds of foods. And then breaking down the cost. And you can even do, like, you know, a post like that on Facebook about breaking down the cost, about how, oh, Shakeology's, you know, 1 cup of Shakeology a day equals your Starbucks coffee, you know, something like that. Just get creative. But it only seems like it's so expensive because it's like going to Costco when you buy a big bag of it for the whole month. Like, so there's just different ways that you can think about breaking down the cost. And if you guys have any good ideas, just let us know in the group too. But sharing how you feel about Shakeology will make you an expert on it. And then therefore more people will trust you and join you. So don't be afraid to share it. Like Shay was saying, educate yourselves on it, and then educate the people that follow you, and do it about once a week, because the more belief you have in it and the more you trust the product yourself, the more people are going to want to join you and follow you too. Okay, and then adding in the fitness, I think we all do a really awesome job at that. So, you know, we're always posting like sweaty selfies or whatever. The other day I did a workout, I was super sweaty, and I was just like, yeah, I just turned a beer, and I just posted on Facebook, and because that's me, that's what I thought in my head, like, yes, I just worked out hard. And I thought to myself, I shouldn't post that, but I was like, no, that's me. Like, I'm going to have a beer tonight. And honestly, I probably wouldn't have if I didn't work out that hard. People want to see the real you. I hope, it's coming across that way. That's what I'm trying to share. So it's also good to share when you've done a workout and you really didn't want to do it, you struggled, but you felt super awesome after you did. You know, you feel energized. Talking about working out and then sharing the fact that you're getting closer to fitting in that specific dress that you've been wanting to for a while, or I don't know, that bikini for the summertime, whatever. Just get creative and make sure that, like, I would say at least one post a day has to be related to your health journey. At least one. But if we're trying to tie in Beachbody to everything, like, I would make it at least like 2 or 3. So, and then the last one is, sorry. Okay, so putting it all together. So sometimes it can be really hard to come up with with like a post for that day, you know, and that's when I hear, you know, my life is so boring, like I have nothing to post about. I'm lucky if I even get one post in for that day. Well, pack an idea book around, you know, bring it around with you. Whenever you're driving or whenever I'm driving, I always think of random thoughts in my head. And so when I stop my car, I write it in my book, because I find driving, I don't know, makes me think. And then I have things to share later on, or just like random things that like your kids will do that are funny that you think other people could relate to or could share value in their life. So pack around that idea book, and then you'll easily be able to have 3 to 5 posts a day that you'll be able to post. And a really good thing too is to figure out for your time zone what's the best time to post all this for your people that are following you. And then just share everything about you. It's all about jumping out of your comfort zone and just being vulnerable and sharing your struggles and allowing people like into your life. A really cool thing to do is to ask lots of questions on your page. So if you're going on a vacation and you have a hard time deciding which swimsuit to bring or whatever, post like 4 different ones and then have them pick which one and help you pick it out. People really like stuff like that. They like to be interactive. So be interactive with your audience. Create daily rituals like Motivation Monday, Tasty Tuesday, Water Wednesday, things like that, so that people can look forward to what you're posting. And that all easily can relate to what you're doing as a coach. So that's like already like one post every single day that you guys will be able to do that relates you back to being a coach. And then I already said, share your struggles, do it. It will make you very real.
Hey driver, you can save up to 49%.
And can you mute yourself?
Once in a lifetime sharing is happening. Not getting through you, and to do that is a video.
Information, because we're changing all the time. We go in and out. Even if you've fallen off track and you are having a hard time getting back on track, share that. You know, we're all human. We all go through the same things. And like I've learned a lot in the last year and a half about doing all this. And I actually just started going to a Bible study group. And one big thing that we really talk about is sharing the real you and like sharing your struggles and that. So it's kind of cool that like, you know, we're just supposed to do that as humans. So I think that's, I'm not sure how helpful this has been, but I thought it would be important to go over, and I hope you guys have taken some notes, and that's it for now. If you guys have any questions, just feel free to ask, but I just want you guys to really be you, who you are, and just, you know, really share your story and your struggles and how like coaching has changed your life, or the challenge groups. Okay, Krista, it's your turn.
Okay, so we thought it would be really fun to have you guys share a little bit about you, and maybe if you don't have to necessarily have your story together yet, but maybe just start thinking about, just tell us like what Shakeology's done for you, and like depending on how long you've been doing this for, just tell us like, let's say one thing that Beachbody Coaching has done for you, or Beachbody has done for you in general. So I'm going to start picking at people. Sharon, can you unshare your screen, sweetie, please?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, not at
all. Oh, here we go. Okay, good.
Yay. Okay, who wants to go first? Any takers?
Well, do you want to go first and then I'll go?
Sure.
I feel like everyone knows this.
Okay, so for me, it's actually kind of funny because I was on a very strict paleo diet when I started, and Emily talked me into Shakeology anyways, which technically isn't paleo, but I really wanted to be in her challenge, so I just said, okay, I'll do it anyways. And I had been going to the doctor for, I don't know, we've been trying to kind of like figure out hormone levels and all that kind of stuff with me for about a year, and I had been put on like, I don't know how many different vitamins I was taking. I was in a ton of stuff, which to me was kind of bizarre because I ate really, really well. I just ate a ton of veggies and meats and, healthy fats and whatnot. And so I was taking like so many different things, and including thyroid, because I was just so exhausted. And so we went through so many different blood tests and whatnot. And she basically just chalked it up to, well, your thyroid's low, which we fixed. And then just being tired and like not sleeping enough. And I was like, well, that's not really very helpful. So like I'm a mom and I work nights. So what am I supposed to do about that? So she had me taking other supplements to help with energy and extra B complex and just like a bunch of random stuff. So I was spending about 120, 140 bucks a month on these. And I never really thought about like that was extra money out of my pocket. And so once I started drinking Shakeology, all of a sudden what I would do is I would wait till I would get tired at that like 1 o'clock point in the middle of the afternoon, and then I would take these pills. And I realized after a few weeks, like, wow, I haven't really been taking these pills very much. And so I just kind of experimented to see if I could get through the whole month without them. And I did. And I was like, wow, so now I'm saving money. Because I just spent, however, it was like, I know it was more expensive than Shakeology, so whatever it was. And then I slowly was like, wow, I haven't really been like crazy craving chocolate either. And I wasn't munchy at night anymore, and, so on and so forth. So it was like all these little tiny things that Shakeology did that I noticed like over like a month period of time. And so by the time the challenge was over, I was kind of like, I'm never, ever not drinking this for the rest of my life. And not to say that I'm not tired now, but I know that it naturally fixed whatever was imbalanced in me. And so I'm kind of forever grateful. But other than that, like Beachbody in general has done, I mean, it's gotten my children and my husband to kind of really look at fitness and health in a different way. It was kind of always a part of our lives, but now it's just like such a bigger part of our lives. And I know, I'm sorry, babe. And for me, it's allowed me to stay home with my kids and support other women and other people doing this. Like I kind of did the same thing before. People would always ask me for meal plans and, hey, what should I do, if I go to the gym and this and that. And I was always giving out this advice. And now it gives me a whole other outlet to really help people and like really, really make a difference. Not just like give them a tip here and there, like to really change people's lives. And I really didn't think that, like when I first kind of heard about all of this, I was like, what can I do? Like I can't change people's lives. And then I watched it happen, and it's gotta be the most powerful thing ever. It's a very overwhelming feeling, but in a good way, when you watch this happen and watch people change. And it's addicting too. And you realize like how worth the hard work it is. So I don't know, I guess that's it.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I can.
Okay, yay. Yes.
Hello, my name's Diana. Of course, you see that. I haven't been on this or even known about this up to the last 2 months of my life, but I'm very grateful to Laura, who stepped forward and asked me a few questions and then connected me to Miss Sharon here. And it has been honestly an answer to prayer, because in the last 2 years, I've been hospitalized twice. I've had severe digestive tract problems that just was getting from bad to worse, and I just didn't know what to do anymore. And all of a sudden, from one day to the next, with just one girl approaching me and making the decision to do this, the last 2 months have just been amazing. I love the Shakeology. I love the benefit of a quick breakfast, but not just that, just all the energy and stopping the cravings. I know one day, for one reason, I did not have it. Oh, when I was waiting for my new shipment to come in. And I remember by mid-morning, my stomach was growling awful. And times before, that's when I would go have all the unhealthy stuff, because I was quote unquote hungry. But when I have the Shakeology in the morning, I'm fine all morning, energetic like I've never been before. The working out part, with having had or diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and I had battled a lot of foot pain and a lot of joint pain. But so when I started the exercising, the 21-day fix is when I'm on. That first Monday, I just wanted to cry because I just could not do any of it. I was doing the modified, couldn't do any of it, but I kept trying and through the tears and the moaning and the groaning and all of the support from all you girls, and especially Sharon, the whole program has just been a perfect fit for me. And I feel like I just want to tell everybody every time. I don't want to bother people, but I mean, it has just been a lifesaver for me. That's what I can say. Anything else?
Sorry, I had to just, yes. Your transformation has been incredible. Like from when I first went over to your house and we cried together, and then like now, like even just your first weekend, it's been pretty amazing. So yeah. You need to share more. You have done amazing things in the last 2 months. So you need to share more, because there's a lot more people who can use your help and your support and your encouragement.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
I can go next. Well, I have to say Beachbodies and Shakeology actually gave me this guy here. I was kind of found a new love for fitness, and I kind of hit a wall. And I wasn't really planning on having a third baby, but I ended up losing so much weight and just getting so healthy that 3 months into starting Shakeology, I got pregnant. So I have to say, like, this little guy was basically from Shakeology, and I'm so grateful for it. I have terrible pregnancies. So throughout the whole pregnancy, I drank the Shakeology, and I noticed my blood pressure, which is always so high when I'm pregnant, was non-existent. And it was just so easy to the point where I'm like, oh, I think I can have another baby, But I feel more energized now from it. And I know that I give it to my children. We are hardly ever sick anymore, which is honestly such a blessing. All my kids have asthma. So when they get any type of little cold, it really triggers their asthma. So limiting their illnesses a year has really helped through Shakeology. I'm so grateful for this opportunity and coaching, because built these amazing friendships and these amazing relationships that I feel like I can have for the rest of my life, and they're just constantly growing. And I love the fact that I'm able to help people just as a friend and be there. So I just I just love this job, and Shakeology is awesome. I can't go a day without it, and I know that for sure. So I've never felt healthier in my life, and that has to do with that. So that's it.
Awesome, girl. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, you have changed a lot in the last year. I mean, and you coached all throughout your pregnancy and stuff. Like that was, sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish I could get pregnant so I could drink Shakeology and see how different my pregnancies would be. But anyways, thank you for sharing.
It's not too late.
Fixed. Jesse, do you want to go?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, thank you.
Well, I had no idea what Shakeology was. I had no idea what Beachbody was. And actually, I was watching a YouTube channel, and some guy did P90, and it was so easy for him. Like, this guy who sits on the couch for 12 hours a day did P90, and I was like, okay, honestly, like, I went through all of high school with like a severe eating disorder. Like, all I could eat was, junk, and I went through bouts of severe depression. I've been like, I don't know, all through high school and all through the last couple of years, I've been like suicidal, depressed, and I just, it's mostly been because of my weight. I don't even care anymore. I currently weigh 200 and I think I weighed in last at 269, but I'm down from 278 pounds, which is amazing for me. But I finally decided that I was done with weight, and that if this guy who sat on the couch all day could do it, I could do P90. So I ordered my P90 and I got hooked up with Kirsty, and I honestly, like, I didn't expect anything from Beachbody coaching, because I was like, no one has ever helped me before. Like, personal trainers are just like, they're impersonal, basically. Like, you're paying them to be your friends. And I'm like, I want someone who can challenge me and be my friend, and who's gonna like not judge me. And so anyway, I started talking with Kirsty, and she was my first challenge group or whatever. And those ladies were just so incredible. Like, those 5 weeks were amazing. And then through that, they got me hooked on Shakeology, because I was like one of those sticklers, like, I'm sure I can find something better. I'm sure I can find something cheaper. I just was like, I'm sure that I can do better than this. And I honestly can say officially that I cannot find anything better. Because I have irritable bowel syndrome, and like, it's haunted me for years and years, and it's almost completely cleared up after a month of Shakeology. I have extreme hormonal problems. Like, I think that I'm dealing with something like, obviously lady related, and I don't know what it is, because my doctor won't diagnose me with anything. But I'm definitely healing from that, because let's be honest, my monthly this month was a lot less painful and a lot less difficult than it usually is. So I have been just so impressed, and plus it's been helping me drop weight like crazy. So I don't know, I'm just so inspired and so happy to have Shakeology, and so happy to have Beachbody and you guys. So I'm just pumped to be here, and I cannot wait to get through the rest of my journey. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. So do you share that?
Well, actually, I just set up my page today.
Yay.
And
Oh, yes.
yeah, and so I want to share it with everybody, because I think everybody needs to hear it. So, like, I want everyone to know, so they can keep me accountable too.
Yes, and I mean, and you and Diane, and you guys are at the beginning of like your transformation, and it's so cool because people are gonna like they're going to want to join you and do it with you. And
Yeah.
there's so many goals you guys are going to hit together. Like, it's so exciting.
Yeah.
Thank
Well, to be honest, I didn't think anyone was going to like my page, but I already have 20 likes and it's only been an hour.
Yeah. Just keep, go ask your friends like that are already on your regular friend list. You know, you can invite all them too.
Yeah, for sure.
She's fine. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing. That's cool. It's nice to get to know you better too.
Yeah, for sure.
So Jessie, Diane, just so you know, so Jessie is a Beachbody lead. Remember we talked about leads? You were a lead through Beachbody, right? And you were hooked up with, yeah.
Yep.
See, isn't that cool? Oh, I was talking to her about leads earlier today, so.
Oh, very
Yeah.
cool.
So I just wanted to share that. Awesome. Trish, do you want to go?
Trish is having a very emotional day, and so I don't really want to talk much today.
Okay, that's okay.
It's my grandfather's birthday, and he passed away, and I'm just a mess today. So. All I can say is that Beachbody has changed my life for sure, and I don't know where I'd be without it, honestly. And that's one of the things I think I'm emotional about today is that I wish my grandfather could see, you know, what I did and what I'm doing now. And, you know, I know he can see me, but I just wish he was here, you know, because he'd be proud of me. And, you know, it's just changed my life, honestly.
Yeah. Aww. Trish, yeah, excuse me, I'm talking. Yeah, he's watching down on you. I can understand that. Thank you for sharing that, though. No, we're not gonna watch a movie. Let's see here. We have somebody. Does anyone know who that is on the phone? No.
I think is it Danielle? Danielle, are you on the phone? Who's on the phone? I'm going to unmute you. You have to talk.
It's okay.
Okay, talk. Who is that?
Oh.
Who is it?
Danielle.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Can you actually hear me?
Do you want to share a little bit about you?
Cool, I guess. I actually started out doing other workouts, really. When Kira got picked on for me being like, well, I don't know, about 100 pounds overweight, I just decided to take a nutrition course and everything, and I lost most of my weight doing other workouts and going to like local facilities and stuff. But then when I hit pretty much rock bottom in a crappy relationship, when I was watching an infomercial, I saw T25 and jumped on board with that. And then Emily, of course, was like, hey, join my challenge group and try Shakeology. And I procrastinated for, I don't know, probably 3 months or so. And then I finally tried the Shakeology, and all my tummy troubles that I had basically vanished in less than a month. And I haven't really had a whole lot of coach success, but that's because I'm super flighty and I need to stay on task, and I don't know how. So basically, I'm struggling with that. But I don't know. I like the products. I like that they work and that they're diverse, and pretty much anybody can do any of the programs. I think that's pretty cool. And I used the Beachbody On Demand tonight at my fit group to try to introduce them to how simple it actually is to use. So I think I might have a couple people interested in just that portion, really, of Beachbody, being able to access it from anywhere. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm not a super heifer anymore. I'm a former fatty now. Yeah. But I'm very bad at organizing my time.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, you've had you do some pretty awesome posts. So guys, you should go follow Danielle. What's her last name? I can't think of it right now.
Rollins.
Rollins, that's right, Rollins. Sorry, my mommy brain got in the way. Yeah. So
Yeah,
in the that'll come in time.
my hardest, how do you, like, my biggest problem that I have with people is just finding things to actually talk to them about. People are so cut and dry. Like, hey, did you have an awesome work day today? Like, anything, what happened? And they're just like, meh, work day. Wow. So how do
Wait.
you, like, actually, how do you guys have conversations?
Yeah,
when you're like,
you gotta kind of cry, to be honest. Sometimes people just like totally vomit all over you with everything that happened, and some people take a lot of time to work on. And you just have to ask questions about them and kind of make it about them. But some people just don't feel comfortable, and so they'll just say whatever. So it's just kind of a matter of making them feel comfortable. And then some people you're just not ever going to have a good conversation with, and that's okay. You know?
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of people say they want to change, and then when you start actually talking about it, they're like, well, yeah, maybe not today.
So what you need to
I
do
eat my donut.
like ask them why they want to change and what they're like, how they picture their life being different if they did change, and what it would take for them to change, and what do they want to change, and get to like this more serious questions. And kind of, that's like prodding a little bit, but that's what you want to do because you want to tug at their heartstrings, because that's when people change is one of the hardest things to do, period, in life. Otherwise, everybody would be rich, everybody would be skinny, everybody would be, you know what I mean? It's like, there's just like they all say, it's the little things that we choose to do or choose not to do that make us who we are. And when you're, constantly choosing not to do certain things, you have to make a very large effort to change that around and start making the choices all the other way. And so and there's something about changing from an unhealthy lifestyle to a healthy lifestyle that I find people get very, very, very afraid of. And I think that they think they're going to miss out, and it's like they're never going to be able to eat anything fun again. They're never going to be able to drink again. They're going to be stuck in this monotonous, get up every morning and work out and drink my water lifestyle kind of thing. And I mean, I've talked to so many people that are just never quite ready, and they're like, I'm ready, but just kidding, I'm not quite ready. And there's that hesitation. And I think you need to, when you start really finding out and get them to really find out why they want something, then it opens them up a little bit more to making that big step. But there's something that they're letting go of that's very comforting, and that's very, very difficult. So when you kind of break through a little bit of that and help them see what they need to, their real why and what it would look like if they were to change, then they can start picturing their life a little bit different and say, okay, maybe I am ready. You know what I mean?
Right.
Does that help at all?
Yeah, that helps a lot, actually.
Okay, because I kind of went off on a tangent.
You always do that.
I know.
Yeah, I would totally agree with Krista. Definitely just ask questions. Ask those deep questions that are those emotional questions. How would you feel if you reach that goal? Things like that. Because there's so many things that tie into to becoming healthier. You become more confident, you just feel better about yourself. There's so many things that tie into that tie into that. So just, you know, dig deep with them, you know, like Shanti would say, emotionally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, you know, figure out what they want. Let them ask you questions, and the better the relationship you guys develop, the more trust there will be. So the more that that these programs and the Shakeology will work for them. So,
Do you think that some people are just afraid of feeling good about themselves, like they have like an actual fear of
Absolutely.
feeling good about their life?
Yes. There are certain people, and sorry, I'm jumping in here because I feel so passionately about this, and it's so irritating to me. There are certain people that no matter what, like love the drama relationships, the dramatic, you know, relationships, like with the ups and the downs and the, you know, the highs, like the super highs and the super lows. And some people just love to complain. And even when they have nothing to complain about, they find something to complain about because they like the attention. They just want to hear themselves talk about something bad. And those are the people that are the hardest to get.
That's my best friend.
Yeah. And then the people that always have excuses for something, it's like, you know, they want to change. They sign up, they do their whole thing, and then they still come up with excuses every day. And it's super frustrating. We've had a situation like that in the past, you know, couple months in one of our groups, and it's really, really hard to watch.
Danielle, I have the same situation, and it's heartbreaking. I mean, I've cried over it. It's my best friend, and it's, you know, I've cried so much about it. It's my sister. I need to, you know, those people are going to come to you when they're ready. And even still, when they are ready, sometimes they can't change that negative because they've been doing it for so long. And we can only just love them, and we can only just be there for them. And, but it's heartbreaking, and it's hard to watch. It's really hard to watch. And I understand that completely because I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, it's hard.
Oh, that was Lauren, by the way. I don't know if you can see me.
Yeah, it's super hard. And I think that sometimes when people see other people change, it makes them more negative about it, you know? And that sucks. It's like you just want to bring everybody on the positivity wagon with you, and you have all these negative Nellies, and you're just like, no, you don't understand. Like, it can be so awesome. And it's like, not even Beachbody. Like, okay, so you never have to join Beachbody. You never have to work out a day in your life. You never drink Shakeology. I don't care. Just be more positive, you know? And it drives me crazy. And oh, honey, I don't know. We're not watching that. No. No, we're not doing that. No. Hold on. I'm sorry.
okay. So I think I'll just take over for her. Are you back?
Sorry, my kid. No, I was just gonna say that, and best friends are, you know, best friends and family are really, really sticky situations. But there have been several friendships that I've practically severed since doing Beachbody because of that. In a very nice, gradual way, because I don't really know how else to do it. But it's, I don't know. There was something that Darren Hardy, I think it was him, in the Compound Effect, wrote something about, like, when you are on this path to, you know, a better future and a better life, you basically find out who your 5-minute friends are, and your 5-hour friends, and your 5-day friends, or 5-week friends, or whatever it was. And it's basically, you know, like, you find out who you really want to spend the most time with. And I found that I want to spend my time with you guys because you're all like me, and you all want to be positive, and you all want to lift me up when I'm down and cheer me on when I'm doing awesome, and you know, so on and so forth. And that's what we're building our team on. It's just so the negativity and the excuses people just aren't really, they're just not cutting it anymore, you know? It's like I don't have anything in common with them anymore.
There's a really good podcast that Chalene Johnson has on the Chalene Show, and it's called "You're Not Good for Me." And honestly, it's probably it kind of really opened up my eyes to how to either you take the effort to change that negative person in your life, or you have to learn to accept it, and how you can change yourself to make yourself better in that situation. So I highly recommend it. I listened to it, and I had my sister listen to it because it was just really kind of uplifting for this exact situation.
Can you maybe post that in the group? Like, is it?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Thank you.
That's what I love about personal development is I feel like no matter what kind of situation in life you're going through, you can find something that's at least going to let you know that, you know, someone else is going through it, or, you know, give you tips on how to get through it, or, you know, at least have a more positive outlook on it. So anyways, side note.
Yeah, personal development every day for at least 10 minutes. Really changes your mindset for sure. So, Krista, were you going to talk about dark posts at all, or?
Does anybody want to know about these right now, or should we save that till next week and I can do like a whole PowerPoint on it, or?
Let's do it next week with a PowerPoint. Like, so we're not just going off.
I think that's it. Yeah, I'd almost rather do it that way, and I'll put Jason's video in there and whatnot. So.
Okay.
But you know, I was thinking
Does
about
anyone
this.
have any questions?
Real quick, I was just thinking about this for dark posts. I almost think like, well, no, I shouldn't say that, but I almost think that is worth it just for the dark posts. Like, get a bunch of likes on it, and then even if you don't have traffic on it and you do dark posts all the time, I think it's totally worth it because I think they're effective. So I don't know. What do you think, Trish?
The dark posts are very effective, and you have to be careful when you do them. Just that you put down the correct market that you're trying to get to. And there's ways. Jason Lindford's whole YouTube video on how to do it is really, really easy to follow. I've had really high success rates with coaching and with challenge groups. Getting a lot of likes and a lot of traffic on my page, and even likes on my page. So I definitely think it's worth doing if you have a challenge group or you want to get at least try it.
Cool. All right, we'll do that next week. We'll have a whole call about it. Cool beans. Any more questions or anything? Well, guys, thanks so much for getting on and sharing about you. Just think of like ways to breadcrumb your story, your Facebook posts. Even maybe you can have like one day a week where you actually tell a little bit more about yourself or a little more history or whatever, and kind of, you know, have like a continuation story. so people, you know, like want to check back with you or whatever, but always think about, you know, like, does this sound like me? Is this reaching the people that I want to reach? You know, a lot of times if you are hesitant about posting something, think like, is there going to be one person out there that if they read that, they'll be inspired today? And if the answer is yes, then post it. Even if you don't think it's going to get the masses, there's always that one person that, yes, you may say yes. There could, you know, there might be that one person and you have no idea. And it's funny, like I get messages once in a while on some of my like dumb posts, and they're like, wow, this made me do this made me feel this way, or this, you know, this inspired me to blah, blah, blah. Like, wow, that was dumb, whatever. So you never know who you're going to reach, but that's why your story is special. And you have to stand behind it. You know, don't be shy. Like, don't think you don't have a story, because everybody does. So anyhow, thanks so much for getting on, you guys. We love you. Love our team. So if you have questions, just post them in the page as usual, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Yep. Thanks for getting on, everybody. And this will be recorded too, so you can tag your coaches in it as well.